Hey guys, it's your boy Roy, back from the dead, bringing you Comic Zone. Now, this game has been a nightmare for me for years. I had bought it, I think, like 5 years ago on Steam, and I remember playing it at a friend's house when I was young, because it's a game from 1995. This game does not fool around. There's no checkpoints. There are sometimes retries, depending if the game has mercy on you. Literally, it depends on how badly you die that the game will pity you and say like, meh, we'll give you another shot at it. So I'm going to be trying to beat this game one stage at a time, so I'll be uploading one video per stage, because you don't want to see me replay every stage constantly, because if you die once, you have to replay the entire game. The entire game. Thankfully, the game's not that long, and it does have the courtesy to replenish your health every stage. Now, how the combat works is you have multiple directional attacks. So you can kick upwards, you can do uppercuts, and it's all with one button. And the way you want to beat enemies is you want to do as much variation as possible. They will quickly adapt to your pattern. So if you, for instance, only do mid attacks, they will quickly block that and, for instance, do low kicks. Another thing that's important to note about this game is the item system. You can see on the top right, free item slots. And of course the game also has branching pathways. And this path is the one that I find the most comfortable. The first stage isn't that bad, as long as you know what items to use. Just grab the fist. The fist is a power weapon that will destroy everything in the playing field. That's bomb, so I blow the shit up. So we can get our favorite friend Roadkill, who's a rat. Roadkill, I'm going to be using him a lot more later on. Roadkill is a rat, but he can pick up items that are hidden, but he'll also stun enemies, and cliche that it may be, he'll insta-kill any female enemy, at least the ones in stage 2. So far it's pretty normal goings. Just go through the game, hit enemies. These guys are immune to most high attacks. Fun little other fact is they have a couple of range attacks. They can actually hit each other with them. So if you get them in a position like I have right here, then you can just wail on one, and if the other does a range attack, he'll just hit his buddy. If they do stand on the hang on from those ledges, as you'll see in the next map, then you can uppercut them, which is a lot faster than what I'm doing right here. I think I'd drop down here and try it. Yeah, I really love this game. I remember growing up with it and playing it, and I just like the style that you go from one comics panel to another. But we never got past the second stage, I remember as a kid. And now that I'm playing it, I actually found out that the second stage is just the second checkpoint of the first chapter. So we never even saw the first boss. Here, push down the crit, push down the crate. If you hit obstacles, you take damage because you hurt your fists. I'm not making this up. This game does not fool around. You want to use the uppercut to open up spaces, because that way you take less damage, and the uppercut does the most damage. Now the enemy was standing on the other side, so I had to backtrack a bit, because that way his range attack, which he sometimes spams, won't hit you. For the bats, you want to use the spin kick. Properly space it, and only 3 hits are necessary. Now don't fuck up on that jump. There have been so many runs that for instance, the enemy would still be over there on that side, he didn't jump off. I would jump, get hit, die, instantly, retry. And this is just a general score setting. But so far I'm really loving playing this game, and you guys may wonder, where the hell have I been? Well, I didn't get to it. Video making and making a playthrough, I made it too difficult for myself, so I'm just going to take it one game at a time. Yeah, use Roadkill here. Grab the bomb, blow up the door. You can beat up the door, but it takes a lot of life away. Here there's going to be a couple of spires coming from the ceiling. You want to hit them as soon as they come in. I thought one was going to appear over here, but he's going to appear over there. Uppercut them twice, and they're gone. If you keep them alive long enough, they'll spawn little enemies, but that shouldn't happen unless you're really, really dumb. And it actually happened to me once, so that's actually quite insulting to myself. Thanks, I appreciate it. But yeah, YouTube, I'm gonna try and pick it up again. I'm just gonna do a couple of series or a couple of playthroughs of some games, something like this, like, you know, just a guide, chapter by chapter guide. Here, you can kick this guy in the fan, by the way. Now, it's really tempting to just beat up the fan, but you can also just use roadkill. We'll open up that thing. Now again, use the uppercut. As you can see, you lose a lot of life hitting things in this game. And this one's pretty easy. Just shove the box in there. Quick heal. There's about 1 to 2 healing items per stage, so you want to use them carefully. They heal 50%. What's going to be after this? I don't know. I'm just going to play this game and see if I can finish it. There's only 4 stages, each stage consisting of 2 stages. Alright. Now you can go to the left there, but I prefer the right, because on the right you find another fist. I don't know the official term. But basically what the fist does, it transforms you into a superhero that deals a lot of damage to the pretty much every enemy on the screen, but though it does not damage objects, which is really handy as well. So if you have explosive crates or crates you need to stand on, those won't be damaged. And the story about this game, well, it's pretty generic, but it's pretty fun at the same time. You're Sketch Turner, the comic book artist and rock star. Oh, that's so 90s. And you get sucked in your comic by the villain of your comic. For some reason, he can't kill you in the real world, so what he does, there we have the fist, he sucks you into the comic, so your creations can kill you. Alright, time for a puzzle, just make them hook up, there you go. Now we're nearly at the final boss of this area. Just quickly deal with these small spider things, crab, whatever, scorpions, I think they're scorpions. Here, and these vials are going to break apart one by one, but they're at a set rate, so if you're not fast enough with killing these guys, you're going to have a lot of problems to deal with. For these guys, it's better to not mix up and just spam regular fist, because the game works in such a way that if you mash one direction long enough, you'll get a special ender, the double kick, for instance, with the punches. And this is a 2-hitter if it doesn't kill, and it deals a lot of damage. Almost there. And just the last 2. Now we get the final, get the boss of the area. For the boss, we have 2 fists, so we're going to use those from the get-go. And after that, he's pretty easy. You just want to jump over his fireball, kick him once, and go back. It sounds a lot easier than it actually is. The spacing is pretty important, because the here I got hit because I pressed the wrong button. Another big mama. It's survival of the fittest. And 1 kick, back up, 1 kick, back up. And you gotta do this a couple of times. The downside is if you hit his armored piece, he's instantly gonna hit you for it. Not a lot of damage, but your spacing needs to be on point. The reason I'm using all the items is that your items are not regenerated or not carried over towards the next stage. Meaning if you use your item here, then it doesn't really matter because you'll lose them anyway. So a lot of this game, aside from learning enemy and boss patterns, is also about item management, which I find pretty fun. You really have to learn, like, okay, I got these items available, which am I going to use when, and what's the optimal path that I can take, because like you saw, the game has branching pathways. But guys, that was chapter 1. Our superhero meter is at 30%, so yeah, we still got some ways to go. The next chapter is going to be the Himalayas. Welcome to the temple. I will see you guys then.